Hi, this is Jamie Boyer. I'm out here in the Catskill woods with my kids. This is Amelia to the right of me, Sebastian, and that's Miles.
Salutations.
Behind the camera is my lovely wife.
Hello!
And we're out hiking. We're actually looking for some plants called club mosses. And we think we actually might have found a population. We've seen a couple of them scattered around, but it looks like up here we found a bunch of them. So we're watching our feet because they're little. They're really small plants.
They're itty bit.
But they're sort of interesting in lots of different ways. Yeah, here's a couple. Be careful. Don't step on the club mosses. Watch your feet, watch your feet.
You good?
There you go. All right, so here's a couple of them. We actually have two different species here. There's this little one here. Sort of almost looks like a tiny little pine tree, but it actually is not. It's actually a plant called the ground pine. So Dendrolycopodium obscurum is the species name of it. And so this little guy, and this one, and this one. And then right next to it is a completely different species we have. And this is Hupersia lucidula, called the shining club moss. You can sort of see the difference. See the similarities, right? They got these teeny little leaves here, right? Just tiny little leaves, but which make it look very moss-like. But they actually aren't mosses at all. They just get the name club moss. And the reason they get that name club moss is because they will make spores. They'll make little spores that come in cones that are club-shaped. And so they look very moss-like, right? This is a true moss here, which is unrelated, completely unrelated to these little guys down here, which are club mosses. So what's the difference between these? What's the difference between, let's say, a club moss and a true moss?
The vascular system. The club mosses have a vascular system.
Okay,
Well,
so
do not.
what does the vascular system in our body move?
Blood?
Blood.
Yeah, right? So do plants have blood?
Nerp.
No.
So what are they moving instead?
Water.
And sugars.
Water, sugars, right? They're doing photosynthesis, moving water. So these guys are vascular plants. They actually have xylem and phloem, we call those cells, to move waters and sugars around. Our friends here, the true mosses, don't actually have those. They're so little, they don't actually really even need them. So why do I get so excited whenever I see club mosses? I mean, I'm a weird person, but why do I get particularly excited about club moss?
They used to be like the size of like trees.
Right.
They're prehistoric.
They're very prehistoric. They come from a very long ancestry. They've been around for maybe 400 million years, and their ancestors were the size of these trees that are around us. So we're in a hemlock, pine, some maple forest here, and these little guys had ancestors that were easily the size of these trees. So where we get our modern day coal, like coal that we find in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, all those kind of things, would have actually been from the ancestors of these plants. We don't get them from dead dinosaurs. We actually get them from dead club mosses, is where we get them from. So I just love them, right? Being a person who loves fossils and plants and geologic history, they're pretty cool, and they're not super common, right? So this plant here was used a lot in a lot of evergreen, like Christmas evergreens and stuff like that. People used to devastate forests. Luckily, people don't do that so much. They stay very green even when they're dead. And the other cool thing about some of these plants, right, is they make, in their little clubs where the spores are, those spores have a lot of oils inside of them that are actually flammable. And so if you've ever seen those old-timey 1800, you know, you ever see those guys with the cameras, and it's like the 1800s, and they're like, everybody smile, and all of a sudden you see this big flash. That was this powder, they call it lycopodium powder. They ignite that, and that's what they had used for a flash before they had flash bulbs. It actually is the spores of this plant, which actually they can start on fire. You can actually erupt them. No, the plant itself is not. It's actually the oil in the spores that's flammable as a whole. So, as I said, I absolutely love these little guys. They're so cute. And I think the other thing that's really interesting is around us, we can basically see lots of beautiful rock outcrops. And a lot of these rocks are from 380 million years old, the late Devonian. So here are little plants here living amongst the rocks of basically when they were soils back in the day, their ancestors would have lived on. That kind of stuff makes me giddy. All right, that's all from us. Hope everybody's having a good day. Take care. Bye.